and welcome back to another episode of HV the Life Coach. I'm your host, Emmanuel Vega, and this is the platform where we talk about how to transform our lives by transforming our mindset and transforming our habits. As I always say, nothing changes unless you change. So let's tap into the skill today that we're going to utilize. It's going to help us transform our life for the better. Alright, so moving forward with this month's theme of vision is being/becoming your most authentic self. There's several ways to get here. There's several ways to be there. And a lot of times people don't really know what it means to be their authentic self because they don't know themselves and they're not self-aware. So the first step in all this is to become self-aware, right? You have to be aware of your do's and don'ts, your yeses and nos, your whys and why nots. You have to be consciously aware and attuned to what your emotions are at all times. Am I in a state of happiness? Am I in a state of joy? Am I in a state of anger? Am I in a state of fear? What is my state of operational thinking, right? What is my fundamental process of how I process things right now internally, right? How do I see things and how do I internalize them? What's my perception of them, right? When you ask yourself these questions, when you're in alignment with who you are and you're aware of the things that push you and pull you, attract you and repel you, when you're aware of the things that make you enticed and repulsed, when you're aware of the things that make you get up and lie down, when you're aware of what gets you excited and dull, if you're aware of these things, you can now transform them. And when you're able to transform them, you're able to become whatever it is you choose to be. So, let me give you a tip on how to figure out what is for you and what's not. This is something I learned from a very close friend of mine. She said, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. I'm going to repeat that one more time because sometimes it's so easy and so simple that we forget it. If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. And excuse my language on that, but we have to be forward on that, right? I don't think that we should be pursuing things or engaging in things that are not 110% in alignment with our spirit. How do we know if it's in alignment with our spirit or not? If it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. So if you don't scream for joy and enthusiasm, if it's not followed with love, passion, joy, and gratitude for what you're doing, what you want to receive, what you're willing to be, if it's not exciting you like that, don't even entertain it. Don't even waste your time. Don't waste your energy, right? Because you have to guard that, right? That's one of the things you have to focus on. Guarding your time, guarding your energy, guarding your focus, guarding your frequency, right? Your vibration is your frequency state. What you frequently do is your frequency, right? So be mindful that what you're doing right now is creating an emotion inside of you. And that emotion is creating a vibrational pull on the frequency you're going to be on. So if you're in a lower state of vibration because you're in a lower energy state or a lower emotional state, guess what? You're going to be on a lower frequency state. You want to get to the most authentic self, which is a higher vibrational frequency state than love, peace, joy, and gratitude, then the thing you have to do is be honest with yourself. Because at the end of the day, all you have is who? You. You were born into this world with nobody. You're going to die in this world with nobody. As you live in this world, you'll meet people here and there, and they're kind of like roots of a tree or branches of a tree or the trunk of a tree. But at the end of the day, inevitably, you are the tree. No one's going to ever replace that. Or you could be in a forest full of other people, and your roots can intertwine with other roots. At the end of the day, you are still that tree, and your nutrients derived for that tree are coming from you. And the fruits that are born from that tree are coming from you. It's up to you to decide how you live your life. There's a quote by Ben Franklin that goes, most men die at 25, but they're not buried until 75 because they give up on their hopes and dreams and ambitions and goals and purpose, right? It's somewhat like that. And I call that state of being, right? 25 to 75, but you're not alive, you're not living. I call that existing. Let's be honest right now, okay? Let's be real. You know you can do so much more. You know you're capable of so much more. You know there's so much infinite potential within you. You know you're capable of all the things you dream of and that you really, really have that power. However, you're not tapping into it. You're not going after it. And there's something holding you back. There's something limiting you. I'm going to be real with you. It's not everyone else you keep pointing your fingers at. It's not everyone else or every situation at work or everything at home. It's not those things. It's you. Right? And I do believe when you have a mindset shift and a habit shift, you have a life shift. And if you want to change your life, tap in with me. For the past decade, I've been studying the leading experts in personal development techniques, specifically in mindset and habit shifts. right? And I do believe that when you change your mindset and you add different habits to your life literally changes. And you may not believe me right now, and that's fine. But you're gonna see from this day forward, I've planted the seed in your mind, and you're gonna see other people changing their habits because they changed their mindset, and you're gonna see their lives change drastically. If you want that to be you, I've developed my own mindset course and my own personal development technique ebook based on all the findings and research I've found over the past decade. So if you want to change your life, if you really need to change your mindset and change your habits, it's gonna transform your life. Click on the link below or go to hvthelifecoach.com. Again, that's hvthelifecoach.com. Right? You're not here. You're not authentically in your own self. You're doing whatever you're programmed to do. Right? Between the ages of 0 to 7 are our most impressionable ages in our life. And we're like a sponge. And because we don't actively change our paradigm or our thinking or our emotional states or our habitual patterns, we're going to act out the same way we were programmed to do between the ages of 0 to 7. And so, unfortunately, a lot of men die at 25, theoretically, metaphorically, right? Not literally. They don't literally physically die, but they give up on their dreams. They give up on their aspirations. They give up on their hopes. They give up on their ambitions. They give up on speaking their truth, their heart's desires, their minds' wildest imaginations. But why? Because someone told them it wasn't possible. Someone told them no, and they believed it. Don't let that be you. Don't be another person that gets thrown away into the winds and carried away like a feather. Don't be the person that's in the cemetery and goes along with this next quote, right? There are more gems, diamonds, golds, and jewels you can mine from the cemeteries and the minds of men who have given up on their hopes and dreams than you can ever mine from this earth. Yo, you're literally sitting between a gold mine, between this ear and this ear. You are literally in a gold mine, a jewel mine. The richest place in the world exists between this ear and this ear. All you have to do is listen. All you gotta do is listen to your inner self, but instead you're so busy listening to Nene and Bobo and Zuzu and Jaja. You gotta listen to you. Why you keep listening to all these other people? It can be your own people, right? You ever heard that phrase? It'd be your own people. It'd be your own mom to tell you, you can't do that. Nobody in our family did that shit, right? It'd be your own dad, like, that's impossible. No one's ever done that. Who cares what no one else has done? The 4-minute mile wasn't done before until this famous run. I forget his name. I think it's Jesse. I think I confused with Jesse Owens, but it's not Jesse Owens. It's somebody else. I get it. I don't know the person's name right now. But the 4-minute mile, it wasn't conceivable. Meaning people could not imagine. They couldn't fathom anyone breaking the time that it took to run a mile under 4 minutes. No one had ever done it. That doesn't mean it wasn't possible. It just means it never had been done. And the first time someone ever did it, within 2 weeks, 16 other people did it as well. But because no one believed it was possible, they never went after it. They never achieved it. They never even, oh no, I've never seen anyone do it. I can't do it. Just because you've never seen someone do it doesn't mean it's not possible, right? I'm here to help change your mindset from impossible to I'm possible. I know you heard that corny phrase before, but it's so true. It's so true. It just doesn't mean it hasn't happened yet. That's all it means. And it's possible. So, if you want to change your narrative for what it's like to become your most authentic self, stop letting people tell you no. Stop letting people tell you it's impossible. Stop letting people tell you what you're capable of being, what you're capable of doing. Because if you believe that it's impossible, guess what? It'll never happen. Right? This is like pouring into a cup over here, and it has a bottom, right? It has a bottom that has no holes. And we're trying to capture as much water as possible under 3 minutes, right? This cup over here has a major hole at the bottom. As a matter of fact, it has 3 holes at the bottom. So every time you pour into it, it constantly depletes. If I got 3 minutes to fill them up to the top, which one's gonna fill up first? The one that has 3 holes at the bottom, or the one with no holes at the bottom? Most likely the one with no holes at the bottom, right? Just spitballing here, right? Visually looking at it, if I compare those two metaphors together, right? The person who does not believe is the same equivalency as the person who has a cup with 3 holes in it. The person who does believe is the person who has a cup with no holes in it, right? I'm able to capture more ideas or beliefs or whatever the case may be, and go after my dreams and goals and ambitions because I believe in them more. So I'm gonna fill up on that energy more. Muhammad Ali said, I'm the greatest. Drake said, last name ever, first name greatest. Right? You talk about Floyd Mayweather. You talk about he believed in the best, he was the best. You talk about Michael Jackson. He said he's going to be the best musician that ever existed. You talk about any of these people that are incredible. They told themselves constantly, repeatedly, how successful they were going to be, what they were going to do. They told themselves, and they believed it. They imagined themselves in a fashion that no one else could ever see them as. And even though no one else saw them that way, they saw themselves that way and then became that to us, to the world. You got to believe in a dream that no one else can see. Right? And believe in it long enough for it to come into fruition. Right? Keep watering your tree until it bears fruits. Again, nothing in this life will ever change unless you change. If you're ready to change, tap the link below and go to HP Life Coach and get my mindset course or grab my ebook that's going to help transform your mindset or transform your habits. That way you can transform your life. I'm HP Life Coach. As always, stay blessed and stay beautiful. Peace.